Mm-hmm. Hello, everyone. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone is doing well. Hopefully, everyone is safe and cooled off. It was hot here, so I can only imagine how warm it was everywhere else. My name is Ashley. I'm doing my June challenge, going live every day on Instagram and Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. And so I'm going to continue talking about autism awareness, and we're going to get into nutrition, special diets, texture, all the senses, as well as vitamins and supplements. So, again, I'm only speaking from my experience because that's all I can speak from, right? And so, Titus, when he was younger, like when he became like diagnosed, none of his food choices really changed. It was still a bland meal or like bland foods that he ate, but it was still to the point like, okay, he's eating good. He will sometimes like stuff his mouth full. Like he loved food. However, when we moved here, he stopped eating a lot of foods. And I'm like, I'm not sure if it's due to the move, due to the atmosphere. I'm not sure, right? But eventually he gets diagnosed with chronic constipation. So I'm like, okay, here goes another thing. And so they prescribed him Miralax. I was reading that, some people, they didn't like how the outcome from their kids taking it. Some didn't mind as much. But for Titus, he took it just when he needed. So if I notice that he's gone like 3 or 4 days without a bowel movement, okay, let's give him some Miralax. And so that's kind of how we did it. But it was to the point where, he wouldn't try new foods. Um, like he like just picking, like sometimes he won't even pick up anything. It might just be the smell. They'd be like, no, I don't want that. We try to give him options on his plate, like, okay, something you recognize, something you like, or still like a vegetable. And what I would try to do, well, I'll go. He's loud. He's still loud. Go around on the plate and name everything, and just kind of continue to introduce to him the food, different vegetables and things like that. Um, it didn't work that well. He knows broccoli, peas, like he knows corn, like he knows it because pictures or flashcards, but he still won't eat. Now he is coming around to where he will put something on his lip to kind of get the texture of it. And if he would like it, try it. But if he didn't like it, he'll be like, all right, he'll just put it back down. So we're making a little progress, but it's not like, oh yeah, at least he's eating one type of vegetable. We're not there yet. Um, and so yeah. So like I said, he doesn't have a special diet. um, and I have been noticing like for the past few years, he would eat something for like a long time and he'll get tired of it, stop eating it, and then he'll kind of come back around eventually to eating that food again. Um, but it's really hard for us because he's very adamant about what he's not going to eat. He's very adamant. But when he goes to therapy, he will go eat his oatmeal. He'll eat like 3 or 4 things of oatmeal. Sometimes it's because he's hungry and he didn't want to eat what we gave him, and sometimes just that's what he wanted. So yeah, I will say I do give in a lot to like his snacks, which I don't, I don't want to, but I just do. I just give in. um, but it's starting to cost me some money. Like these bag of chips ain't $1 no more. They're like $2.29. So I'm starting to get off that, giving and all that enabling train. But we're still trying to work with him and try to reintroduce some of those foods he used to eat. Sometimes he will eat with my husband more than he'll eat with me, as far as like trying something new or just eating. Like he'll eat noodles now. I'm like, now you want to eat noodles? I don't eat noodles for real, but you know. It's something. And so, some kids with autism, sometimes they'll eat some foods and a lot of times they just won't. It really depends on your child. I just continue to work with them. We did have a nutritionist, and it was, again, like, just introduce the foods, continue to introduce the foods, don't give up, don't give in, which I already have. Like, don't give in to their requests all the time. And just stuff like that. And since I gave in, obviously nothing's working right. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to the information that the nutritionist gave me, and just kind of see what happens. But I did notice when he was in pre-K, when the other kids were eating, he would try to eat some of the foods. So that was good, but he didn't eat it at home. But it was okay because he was still getting some food, other choices from somewhere else. So that was cool. So hopefully going into kindergarten, he probably mimics some of those behaviors. Like, okay, my friends are eating or my classmates are eating, and so I should eat, and hopefully he kind of takes off and just start eating some food, other types of food. And so there's a few supplements that I want to give him for that, to kind of fill in the gap of his nutrition and everything. So I wanted to do the Zarbee's elderberries. I like them. They were good to me. He likes certain gummies, some he didn't, some he does not. And I think it had like too much sugar on it or whatever the case was. I don't know, but I enjoyed them. Me and his dad had to eat them so we wouldn't have to waste them. Zarbee's cost a pretty penny. So he didn't like these, to kind of boost up his immune system. I'm like, okay, that's a lost thing right there. I got Haya. There's some multivitamins for kids, and I thought he would like these. They come in like two different flavors. These were about $15 too. Well, not two. Zarbee's was about $9. There's about 15. He didn't like these. He said, yuck, yuck, yuck. I'm like, they don't even taste nasty. But again, his tastes are different than mine. His texture, maybe it was something that was stood out. He was like, I ain't gonna fool with that. So they're still there. But I seen this product called Enough. It's ENOF. And so it's basically, I'm going to kind of carrots, tomatoes, beets, broccoli, spinach, shiitake mushrooms, rice concentrate, some oil. Anyways, it's a lot of vegetables in here, and it's like grind. Hey, 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 calm down. Hey, hey. He'd be so hyped up. And it's basically a lot of vegetables in this, but it's like you can sprinkle it on. So if you see the top, you can see it looks like pepper almost. You see how they have it like you can shake it, you can pour it out, you can scoop it. So basically it's a really good supplement, again, to help bridge that gap between what he eats and what he doesn't eat. And when I can, depending on what type of food he eats, I can sprinkle it on there. Like applesauce, he started back eating applesauce, so I've been sprinkling it on there. If your child eat macaroni and cheese, pour some in there. And it doesn't take a lot. The recommended size is like, was it 1/12 or something like that? Yeah, 1/12 teaspoon. So you don't even have to put a lot. However, if you want to put some in for your husband or your other kids, that sprinkle all that on there. Sprinkle it on there. But again, I thought it was a really good. These are not cheap either, but this is worth it. It lasts a very long time if you use in moderation. If you just want to sprinkle it on there because y'all ain't eating the best. I mean, it's not cheap, but I recommend it. And again, it's called Enough, ENOF. I tried this other I tried a probiotic. It was called All Stars, but they changed their name to like Inspire or something like that. The owner's name is Marty or something like that. But it was another product that I had to make sure I can mix in with his food or drink. And he drinks a lot of water. It's either water or Sprite. And if I can't mix it in with that water, then it's like it's a wasted product because I don't have anything to put this into. However, with the Inspire or All Stars, like I say, I forgot the name of the supplement for probiotics. They have like the shakers now. They have the gummies. They have a lot of different products now for that very reason, because again, a lot of our kiddos, we can't hide it in some of their foods or drinks. But I really suggest, finding different products for your kids to kind of help them out. And obviously things that you can disguise into their foods and drinks. So again, they can have a better gut health. They said gut health equals to your brain health. So definitely, do that and do your research, of course. And so, and it's hot outside now too. So if your kiddos love fruit, load them up. It has a lot of water in there, a lot of good vitamins. Find stuff you can freeze, when they're outside playing, all that good stuff. But again, this is just my experience with Titus. I think he has an unknown allergy. When we went to the a football game last year, the next day his eye was swollen, and I thought it was like the pink eye, but it wasn't. And it was just allergies, just full-blown allergies. One day this year, he came home, was just like mosquito bites. I was like, what's going on? I'm like, dang, they really tagged him. And then was gone the next day. So I don't know if that was a flare up from something or not, or an allergy. But ouch. Okay. Ouch. so, but they did say that the allergy test was really okay. I'll be in there in a minute. They just said the allergy test hurts and it's very painful, very okay, babe. So we're not gonna try to get that yet. However, I do have Zyrtec for whenever those flare-ups, those breakouts happen, just in case. He doesn't really like taking medicine. I know he used to get ear infections all the time. The amoxicillin, we had to find some type of juice to mix it. Still didn't drink it, so we kind of had to do other things with at the doctor to kind of get rid of the ear infection. But you have to do what you got to do for your babes to make sure that they're fine, they're good, and they're healthy and safe. And it's not always easy, especially when they're not home with you. Hours out of the day. So we just have to do the best that we can for our babies, and again, make sure they're good. So that's my take on nutrition with my baby who has autism. All I can say is research, for your multivitamins, your probiotics, prebiotics, and all that stuff. Here he comes, and because I know he ain't ever got no clothes on. Like, nah, we're not doing that. But yeah, that's all for today. I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all be cool. Y'all be safe. I'll see y'all later. Peace.